Yes. Very good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also fine.
You've been well?
I've been well. How about you?
I'm glad I've been well, happy and blessed. Yes.
We had a break last week.
Oh, yeah.
But now we are back.
Yes.
So yes. Very good morning from wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to Lifestyle Thursdays with me, Sylvia Wanjara and
Kahugo.
Yes. So today we're going to have an amazing time. As always, we discuss matters lifestyle, things that affect our everyday, and it's important for you to tag along with this conversation so that you can learn a thing or two that will help you in life. Okay. And today we know of the fact that today this month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and the last time we were here, we talked about mental health with Dr. Musambai, and we touched on how mental health affects our everyday, everything that we do, all the activities we engage in, and the fact that this month has been set aside for the men, it means that there is a very big gap or a very big problem when it comes to men's mental health. That's why this month has been set apart to address the issues that men are facing. Okay, the boy child in specific. So today's show, we're going to be talking about boy-child's wellness. Okay, the boy child. Tuliambiwa empower sana the girl child, tumepata alpha females, but we don't have men to match up to the alpha females that are now here. Yeah. So today with us, we have a guest to talk about the
mental health.
Exactly. So to talk about the boy-child wellness, because he has been dealing with so many young people, especially the young people, and the mental health among the young men is a big challenge. So we have Mr. David with us in the house, and he's going to be taking us through what the boy child needs, what they're going through, and we're going to maybe understand better so that we can know where to work on when it comes to their mental health.
Perfecto.
Yes.
And you know, I've loved something he said even before we introduce him, that men wanakwangana a tendency of not really speaking up, even when they're going through something.
Very true.
And it's easier for them to just hold back when they have something that is disturbing their mental health until when they're full, when they can't hold it anymore. Yes. So they now burst up. So we'll be talking about that. And I'm very curious to know, why is it that men aren't able to speak up? Hata wakiwa wagonjwa. It's until they can't walk, ndio wanaenda hosi, and they wonder, why can't you just be like, ladies, akimetumvina kichwa kidogo, daktari, I'm not okay. So we know about that. But if you're out there, na unajua, you have probably a friend, a brother, a father, any man out there, mwenye unashuku, probably anaweza kuwa na kitu yenye inamsumbua and they are not able to speak up, probably this is the program, and we pray this is the program that will help them to speak up and open up. So make sure they're tuned in as well. Yeah. All right. So we're going to be having this show today, and I know that it's going to be very informative. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
You're well?
Yes, I am.
We are so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, on this particular topic. Enye imekuwa ikisumbua sana, but we're glad that we have a whole month set apart for the men's mental health.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi guys. I'm David, Minister Dave. I deal with young people, and I have a foundation called Set Apart Foundation here in Nakuru. Okay. But it's also international. But we have our center here in Nakuru. Okay. Yes. So that's what I do.
Okay. Yes. And what do you deal with the foundation?
Yes, in the foundation, our vision is empowering the youths holistically. Wow. Yeah, so that word holistically carries the two sides. One, the spiritual side, whereby we nurture them spiritually through evangelism and discipleship in high schools, in campuses, and also on the street. And then the physical aspect is where they have the talents. Some of them, they can dance, they have a lot of energy. You know, mavijana wanakuanga na nguvu sana. We don't want them to take that energy to the clubs. We want them to bring it and glorify Christ with it. Wow. So we cover the two sides of it. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Perfecto. And not today, because we're talking about men specifically. Yes. As you've said, you empower the youths.
Yes, empower.
Both the ladies and the men. But leo tunataka to focus sana na vijana. The men, actually.
Wavulana.
Wavulana. Walimu wa Kiswahili. Praise Jesus.
Yes.
Now, tunataka kufocus sana na wavulana. As you've been dealing with the men, the young men in the society, what have you realized are some of the challenges in terms of mental health ambazo the young men are facing?
Yeah, rejection. That's one of the biggest. I can go direct to it. Many of them are going through that because the families that they are coming from, they have, it's somehow not stable and not, the relationship is not healthy there. And so maybe kutoka mtoto agrow akiwa mdogo, unapata kuna vitu anaambiwa he cannot be able to express himself as a boy. So anaambiwa you need to man up. You men don't cry. You know, kilia kidogo unachapwa. So you don't even have that part of expressing what you're going through. And you find that that person akigrow na hiyo inafanya yeye akue na hiyo kujificha. So they go through that challenge silently and it kills them. It does.
Slowly from the inside.
Kills them from the inside. Yes.
And now when it comes to umeongea kuhusu venye mzazi pia ana play a part kumwambia men don't cry, men don't do this. Do you think that easy traditional gender roles zenye zimekuwa introduced or a man should not do this, a man should not do that, has it played a role in suppress the boy child?
Yes, a lot. I think we need to be more open and allow them to be vulnerable, which now the society, I think we are coming with that terms nowadays. The parents of today, we are trying to learn, and I thank God for this forum, because when you are what I learn from this, and because I deal with them in high schools, when actually we are talking with the men, especially when I go to a boys' school, unapata wengi kila wananiambia, they are not able to tell the parents, and that's how things kama homosexuality thrive. You have a son and you think he goes to church even in the worship team, but behind the scene akona genge yake na wanafanya vitu ambazo hazifurahishi Mungu, because as a parent you have not given that child a chance. Akiji express kidogo ama akikosea umempiga ama unamrebuke, lakini you need to sit down with him and get to know, why are you angry today? What is causing your mood to be low today? Can we go out? In fact, you don't even do it. The way the facial expression matters a lot. Do it in a very friendly way. Take them out, you know, take a walk even with them. Like for me, I have a son, and he's 6 years, but I have started now like spending more time with him. Sio tu masomo. So I think wazazi wanakufocus na masomo sana, but you also need to focus on his wellness. How is he doing? Yes.
And you know, unongea tu, and I'm just thinking about how the men are already because of how they've been brought up. Vile unasema you have a young son, 6 years, and you're spending time with him.
Yes, I do.
Wazazi, when the kids, when sasa they are youths now, when they were kids, wazazi walikuwa wale wenye nikikohoa unaitika, the tough parents.
The tough one.
It was okay probably that time. That's how they knew to raise kids best. So good job. But now, as you've said, kuna mahali wali fail. So what can be done?
I think education, kama hivi tunafanya, I think if most of the parents can look at what we are doing right now here, and they capture some of these tips to share, let them know that the boy child needs somebody to listen to them without judging them, even if they are on the wrong, that they are free to express themselves. Hata kama ni kama my kaboy, hata kama ni kadogo, nakaonyeshanga ukifanya kitu kibaya usiogope daddy, kuja uniambie. You know, that child will grow knowing that daddy will not go there and beat me, hata kwa ananigojea na kijiti, na kiboko. So I think that's what the parents should learn today. And also something else I feel that is very important is the godly aspect. Without God, I don't think there is any foundation. Everything will be, every foundation is shaking foundation. Because the Bible has all the good, you know, etiquettes for anybody to grow in the way that is morally right. So again, as a parent out there, it is good to have God at the center of a boy child as you are raising him. Show him the church, you know, muonyeshe fellowship. Do it by example. You notice nowadays we are so busy. Hatuna hata time. That's another aspect. Create time for them, bond with them. There are a number of those things that you can do.
And probably before we go to the next question, I'd love to know, already we are having youths who are not able to open up because of how they've been brought up. And right now, atukimwambia tia pana, you can talk to me, wako like it's a trap.
It's
a trap. So how do you get these these young men to open up, especially to the parents. Wenye ninajua vizuri kabisa wewe ndio ulikuwa unanitandika proper. Actually saw a meme somewhere saying that nashuku my parents ever killed me when I was young. Juu walikuwa wanatupiga aje hivyo. Yes, I know. So I can imagine this young man who already knows the parent as a parent mwenye alikuanga akimpunish proper from a very young age. So how do you get this person to open up?
Yes. Forums, because now already kuna hiyo fear. Kama ulikuwa unamchapa, ana grow hivyo alafu namwambia sasa I think unaweza ku open kwangu. Of course I feel ni trap.
Ati nimechange.
Nimechange. How all of a sudden, you know, your trust ni kama iko broken somewhere. That's why now you create a place where you can connect with other parents. Tengeneza kitu kama kiforum hivi tu, mwapeleke out ama ka retreat. And then you can also introduce another mentor who you can trust. Like in church, unaweza tafuta somebody who can relate well with your boy and maybe see how they can connect and bond. And through that, that mentor, now he becomes like a mentor to your son, because not only you can be a mentor, also another person can. Through that, utaweza kupata information from the other guy who is helping you to mentor your son. So such, and also going for seminars. I believe kuna either they are called conferences. People organize them for men, even for boys. Even us, we do that as a ministry, where we have a men's forum. Na tunasema leo tunaenda kukula kanyama mahali. So we do that once in a while, and it helps. Na kile ninapata naweza saidia mzazi na namwambia hapa anakuogopanga njia hii, please rekebisha hapo. Yes.
Wow,
that will help.
That's nice. That working holistically, like all stakeholders are involved in helping the boy child become better. Okay, and when it comes to what challenges does the boy child face? Some of the challenges, it's actually holistic in a way, especially nowadays, social media. Internet has really affected the boy child. Because many of them are not able to express themselves on the outside. So wakipata smartphone, that is where they put all their energy into and their mind. And that's why you see things like pornography in a drive kwa men sana hata kuliko madem. Si ati madem are watching hizi vitu wana watch, but you find men are doing that more. And wengine wanatafuta mpaka unaona low self esteem yao imeaffectiwa because they are seeing men who look better than them. They are more masculine than them. Unaweza kuwa na huo boy anaanza kuwa na kama ameanza kuwa low self esteem yake imeanza kurudi chini hata haongei sana. Because that's some of the ways they are affected. It's really challenging. So I think for that you need to follow them up and check what do they do behind the scene.
And also, as you said, if you take care of it from the very beginning, then you won't have to worry about what they're doing behind the scenes. Because already, already establish the good relationship with your kid. Hata kiona ameanza kufanya kitu fishy, ako very comfortable. Kuja kukwambia, there's something I'm doing, I don't think it's right, what can I do about it? And I'm just praying that parents, itafika mahali, your kid anaweza kuja kwambie, I'm going through this, I'm doing this, I know it's wrong, I need help. Sijakuja kukwambia ndo ni judge. I need help. So I'm really hoping and praying that we'll get there. And that is why we have this month. So even as a parent, ukijua that this month it's a men's mental health awareness month. So if you have a son, your brother, your husband, take care of them mentally. All right?
Make sure they're okay.
Your husband.
Even your husband is very important. Hallelujah. Now,
that's true.
We started with rejection as one of the many ways of the challenges that these men are facing. And it's good that in there we've mentioned social media, we've mentioned all these as a way ya kupotelea rejection. So what other challenge are they facing as young men in this society today?
There is a lot of competition going on, and men hate competition. Actually, a man, unajua kwa nini mwanaume ameumbwa na Mungu na ego. There is that part unakuanga nayo.
You really have a very big problem with this
ego. Mwanaume ukimletea compare, it's either kuna kitu na benefit from you, a submit. Lakini akicheki mko the same level, either achomoke ama allow wewe uendelee.
And is it
like
a good
he leaves
thing?
you. It's not a good thing, but I think naturally, hata ukiangalia wanyama, a lion or even a cock in that unaona lion inataka kuenda kivyake, inataka kuroll isikike. So where mwanaume is not respected, he will leave or somehow back off. And what I can say today, there is that competition going on, especially when it comes to jobs, finances. That's why you're seeing even some of them are not able to lead well, even in their families. Others, friendship, unaona wengine wanajitenga kwa sababu wana feel, ai, kwa nini hawa wase wameinuka kuniliko? And you know, nowadays there are a lot of different opportunities for job mpaka online. Kuna hizo opportunities. So that's something that maybe for every man need to be equipped in every way with all the skills. Isikuwe tu anaangalia side moja. Ndivyo at least pia yeye ni important kwa society. So that's another challenge. And you as women or as ladies, especially if you are a wife, show your man hata kama una earn kumuliko, muonyeshe hii mshahara ni yetu, lakini you are the leader here. You know, when you show him that and just confirm that to him, let him feel that he is the one leading you. Usikue ni wewe, hii pesa ni mimi nime earn, tafadhali backbench.
But let me ask, in the same breath, ya kuongelea ego in making, as you said, men hawataki kufeel ni kama kuna competition. But I love that you've said it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
So ni wapi ndo mtu draw line ya as a man niko na ego and it's fine kwa sababu itanisaidia ni like I push and strive to be better. But where do you draw the line? Because as you've said, your ego ndio bado inawapea depression. Because you go to the house, you don't utaki kuambiwa. Unataka ku feel superior even when you know that you're not okay. So where do you draw the line with that ego issue to make sure that it's now not affecting you?
As a person, now that's self-care and self-love. You need to know that you are important even if you're not making as much as your partner or maybe the other person. Money is not what makes you important. It is you as a being. So there is a scripture that says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So first love yourself. That's how you do it. And then it's good to respect other people. It's good to respect them, allow them to be. Look at them like they are there. God amewaleta kwa maisha yako, msaidiane. Si umulete competition. You know, when you remove that mindset, ya kuona ni kama ana compete na mimi, you change that and say we are helpmates or we are colleagues or in friendship, tuko hapa tusaidiane. You know, that would be utasaidia ku fight that kind of mentality. Na utawaona not as competitors, but as people who God has brought into your life, musaidiane kujenga maisha pamoja. I think that would be helpful.
Okay, it's beautiful.
Kama unakumbuka, I really don't remember ni wapi, but I think you remember this statement because for some reason I'm thinking tulikuwa na wewe when this statement was being made. And I remember it was a guy, but I don't remember ni wapi. Alikuwa anasema that competition is very, very, very healthy. And then he gave an example ya banks.
Remember, banks are in the same street.
That banks mostly hautapata, it's very rare upate banki kuko peke yake mahali. Mostly utapata banks, they're different but in the same mahali karibu one to one another. There's akapena example ya a street in Nairobi as well. The whole street from beginning to the end uko mwisho yote ni ya spares. Spares za pikipiki za magari za nini, the whole street. Sasa alikuwa anasema in that breath you should know that competition is important because in that area competition you get to learn what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, where you should improve and blah blah blah. So I've loved what you said. Competition very important. Kwa hivyo let's work on the ego thing. I do
at least uweze kutuliza hiyo aspect ya ego because sometimes it gets the best of you. Unapata ukitreat watu in the wrong way ama ukifanya vitu in the wrong way because you are trying to prove a point which is not even worth it. And I've also loved what you've said that even if you're a woman in a household and you're earning more than your husband and you're in an institution of marriage, you shouldn't make him feel like he's any less of a person. Because I remember there was a time we had a conversation here na tukaambiwa like there was how it used to happen. Akona pesa kuliko bwanake and the kid is asking for money but the husband doesn't have money. So chenye alikuwa anafanya after the child ameenda anapea the husband, anamwambia shika yumpe. So inatoka from the husband anapea the child. But in real sense the mom ndo amepea the father ndo ape mtoto. So
actually, that's Proverbs 31 woman. That's what she did.
Yeah.
She anaamkanga mapema, anaenda anapata place ya kununua shamba, ananunua, lakini huko nje nani anasifiwa?
The husband.
That's what the Bible says. So that's a wise way. Yes.
A wise way to do it. So you've talked about friendships when it comes to the boy child, and the fact that interact now sana unaelewa zaidi. So what would you say is the space of friendships when it comes to the boy child compared to the girls? Are they able to form friendships that are unaona msichana tuseme for example ukiwa na issue there is a circle of friends utakuta hey, I'm going through this and this, you talk it out, you hash it out, unalia nini story inaisha. But for the boy child, how is it?
Yeah, for the boy child, from what I have experienced from them, they are more of action oriented, not more of talks. So unapata they bond well when there is an activity. Yeah, like a sporting activity. Ama kama kuna dance crew. Hapo watakuja pamoja. Watakuwa na psych. And they will actually defend each other. Hawezi waingilia. Hiyo inakuwa ni genge sasa, ni bogi. I always use these sheng words. I hope I'm allowed. Yes, so that's what they do. So that is what I have found with the boy child. Give them something, an activity. Don't bring them for a talk. Hiyo wataboeka. Hata watakuacha kwa mataa. Yes, so action oriented. That's their way.
That's how to get them to open up and to engage more in activities.
Na pahali pako na kiroma, chakula.
Jamani.
Boy child. They know it.
Okay. And now, acha tufanye kwe more practical.
Yes.
Now in the family, okay?
Yes.
You want your son to feel more comfortable, or probably your brother, for someone who's living with the siblings, your brother or your husband, to feel more comfortable. Because sasa isi place yenye utaleta activities ya watu wengine, it's just you as a family. So how do you make them feel comfortable enough in that setup ya familia?
Yeah, for the boy child now, tuangalie madem tuweke kando. Boy, mi kama vile niko na son,
for today,
nipate, niko na my son there, and maybe my cousin comes in, my uncle comes in, or something like that. As men, one, ni kuwapeleka out. Siwezi taka tukae kwa keja. You know, men are created, they are outgoing. You know, men, wanaume kukaa kwa nyumba, kuna tu question mark na ekanga. Hata kama hakuna job uko nayo, chapa barabara. That's how opportunities come.
Something.
Yes, do something. So most of the time mimi nachukuanga mtoi wangu, my son, nampeleka hata kama ni kwa shamba. Naenda namwambia unaona aje huku. Hapa hivi. So in that process, hata tukiwa kwa barabara, tunaenda tukiongea. Anaona gari ingine, and especially for us men, tuko na hiyo desire ya magari, hizo vitu za wanaume. Sema, "Hey daddy, maziche kio." So I'm like, "Yeah, na drive." Alafu tukikaa pahali parking, sasa unaona anataka kufanya kile nilikuwa nafanya. Kanataka ni akalia hapa. So for that's number one. Number two, when I'm with the older ones, like especially like my cousins and other people, we also major on what is it that you're doing that I can build. What is your career? That yani kujengana, unaona? So hata kwa hii set apart foundation tunakuanga nayo, tukiongea na maboy, mimi wakikuja kuniongelesha, aniambia unawezaje nisaidia aje, niwe busy yangu. Unaona? That's something that will help them. Unasikia self esteem yao inainuka, wanasikia worth, wanasikia kile ninafanya kuna msi anaivalue. And that will make them be even more open. Hata in the process of kujenga biashara yake, ataniambia stories zingine mingi sana anapitia. You know, unapata mpaka ameanza kuniambia story ya relationship. Kuna kadem kaliniacha David. Na tuko tunaongea hiyo. Lakini John nimemwonyesha interest. Anaanza kuwa open up to other areas.
Okay.
That's how you build them.
So build a safe space for them.
Safe space for them.
Usiwa force.
Usiwa force na usiweke ndani ya nyumba. Peleke.
Kwanza kwa hiyo story ya ndani ya nyumba. Tumepata many young boys wanajifungia movie cheza hizi video games nini
PlayStation.
Like is that healthy for them to be doing that? And if not, how can it be corrected?
I wouldn't say it's healthy. Once in a while si vibaya, because again at least kuna kwa na hobby, mtu anapenda kitu. But too much of it, everything that is too much is poisonous. But especially for a man, I wouldn't advocate for them to do those kind of activities. Afadhali wakwe more action oriented, because that's how God has created us. So how you can help them, maybe try and as a parent, kama amefika 18, you can find a way, kama uko na job, aza kumintroduce kwa hiyo job yako. Have you seen the Asian community? Wanaletanga familia zao sana. And that's how they build their empires. Kama ni wa spares, unaona watoto wao wameanza kuja hapo kuna kile dadi anafanyanga. So that's how you can build and help them to come out of those PlayStations. Wapeleke place wanaweza pia saidia kuona hii pesa inatengenezwa aje. Yes.
Okay. And as they grow, how are you able to, as much as you're building them on being able to open up and speaking up and having a healthy mental state, how are you able to make sure that they still respect others and maintain healthy relationships, not only with you as the mentor, but even with the siblings, with the society, having just a healthy relationship with everyone and maintaining their respect?
Yes.
How are you able to do that?
First of all, it comes from you being the leader. I think men love observing more. Kama wanaume wale wananiwatch sahi hapa, kuna wale wanaanza kuscrutinize. Umsi anafanyanga nini behind the cameras, you know. So even me as a father, my boy, hata kile ninamwambia, it doesn't make much sense like the way I live. How I dress, vile natengeneza keja, vile naosha gari. Utaona by then nilianza kuona, nilimbuy bike, akaona nikiosha gari na yeye akachukua bucket kaanza kuosha bike yake. So what is that telling you? I don't have to tell him, but action will speak more louder than the words. So even when it comes to respecting others, akiona unaheshimu wase wengine, how you talk about them, how you treat other people, he will get that more than even when telling him, hey, respect you ni anko, wewe unamrespect aje, wewe unaongeanga aje wakati hawako. Even parents, even the mothers too, they need to be careful how they talk about their father and their brothers and other men, because huyu mtoto anashika hizo zote. Kuliko words.
Na boy child anawezaje kuwa empowered to a point that unajua sisi mademo wamekuwa empowered. Unapata mademo kunje ni ma alpha females, like mtu mwenye anajua chenye anataka, ako so focus, anaelewa value yake. Na sasa una feel watu wengi wakisema sijui siku hizi boy child nini afiki kwenye demo yako. What can be done to empower this boy child? Afike.
But then nime notice nyinyi mko na mpaka chamas. Vitu mingi na naona madem siku hizi especially wamama barabara ukiona gari hariani
kubwa.
So
before you answer, let me just interject.
Yes.
There's a time I remember, like around 10-15 years ago.
Yes.
Everyone was so serious on women empowerment, which has been a really, really good initiative, right? And as you said, Sai ladies are very, very much empowered, very active in terms of career, finances, even spiritually. Ladies are very empowered. So, just answer this and then we sindio. At what point ndo ilifika ikawa the ladies are now not empowered, the men are now not empowered, because ladies were being empowered because we had men who were more empowered than ladies, and you were trying to create the balance. Then it got to a point where ni kama ika switch. Now we're having ladies that are very empowered and men who are not really empowered. Where did things go south?
Sijui kama ni society ama ni serikali. Kwa sababu hata kuna women representative na hakuna men's representative. Ama kuna kwanga nini
sasa najua kwa legal Tuesday. So I know we're going to be talking about that on Legal Tuesday. But of course we have so many men in leadership and ladies in leadership.
Yes, there are. I think one of the things is your awareness. I think kitambo, mimi naona kama ni kitu ilitoka kitambo kwa sababu men were so much empowered kitambo that even women couldn't talk. Unakumbuka hivyo?
Which wasn't a good thing then.
So generation vile inakam ikigrow, watu wakaenda wakichange wakarealize na wanawake ni kama wamekuwa suppressed huku chini. And so that's how I think women became more powerful. Wakaanza kushikana, and because you know ladies are more emotional beings. So when you scream and a man scream, watu watakimbia kwa ule dem ame scream. You see, so your voice is hard. And I think you guys came out with a loud voice and mkashikana na mkakuwa na hiyo nguvu ya kuweza kujisimamisha. Wale walikuwa na pesa wakasaidia wale hawana pesa, mkaanza chama, mkaanza FIDA.
Which is a good thing, right?
These are very good things, but men need also to change. Atakuwa kuanza zetu
pia. So hapo mahali tuko tutakuwa sasa kuja kujibu the other points, ndio. For now, let's take a very short break. Alafu sasa turudi hapo kwa the men, how to now empower them, wafike the ladies who are more empowered, right? So we're taking a short break, alafu tunarudi, usiende mbali.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Jipatie ploti ya 50 by 100 katika mandhari mazuri na ya kuvutia V1 Estate kwa shilingi 1649. Ploti hii inapatikana mkabala na Simba Cement, dakika 5 tu kutoka kwenye barabara kuu ya Nakuru Eldoret. Ploti hii ni mwafaka kwa kuishi. Kuna maji ya borehole na stima katika kila ploti. Ploti hizi zinaweza kufikiwa kwa urahisi kwani ziko karibu na barabara ya tarmac. Nunua sasa na upate miti iliyokomaa katika kila ploti. Tuma jina Nakuru kwa 21404 au tupigie 0758707050 au tutembelee jijini Nakuru Tower 1 Building. Haiso Properties, a culture of trust.
Presenting Jen Aller. She is a strong and great woman of God, a renowned Kenyan gospel music recording artist, motivational and collaborative worship minister with a focus on true worship.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
All right, we are back after that very short break, and we are here to talk about men's mental health. And before tuende for that very short break, tulikuwa tumeanza kupanda kidogo. You're talking about empowering the men to get where as a society we'd say ladies are in terms of empowerment, right?
Yeah.
And tulikuwa tunajiuliza, why is it that ladies are now more empowered than men from the statistics? So we were now asking before we get the vox pops, because you also need to hear what people are saying about men's mental health. Sylvia had asked a very important question. What are we supposed to do to help the men become more empowered in the society?
Let's start institutions like vile ladies have institutions. Let's encourage that to come up. If there is someone out there who can start something for men, that would really help. And also another thing is, let's encourage men to talk, you know, especially therapy is very important. Myself, I've gone for therapy. Imenisaidia ku self-awareness, and it really helps your mental wellness as a whole. So those are some of the things that I feel that we can do. But also even those who are well up financially, we can help those young men who are struggling, because men are hardworking people. Na lakini mwanaume anaweza kuwa na dream lakini hapati mtu wa kumshika mkono. So if we can build them up, and when a man is built up financially, hata mental state anakuanga sawa. So tukishikana, like united, there is power in that. And I feel that is what women are doing better. Si ati atushikani, lakini more women are doing it better than us. We need to encourage that.
And it's also good to mention that it's not like it's a competition between the ladies and the gents. We're just trying to make sure that the ladies, the gents, and everyone are sawa mentally, because that's the whole point. If you have a family where the dad is perfectly perfect in terms of his mental state, and the lady ako sawa in terms of the mental state, it means even the kids watakuwa sawa mentally. So it's not like it's a competition, but it's good to make sure that the men wako sawa and the ladies wako sawa. But this month we are majorly focusing on
the man.
The man.
Hallelujah.
Naona unaingia unatetea madem kiasi.
Lazima. Lakini lazima nirudi huko kwa men kidogo kabla sijarushiwa mama, like wewe ini mandie tu. What do you mean? Now, let's get some of the vox pops. We see what people would say about the men's mental health, and then we'll be coming back to talk about that. Remember, if you have anything to tell us about the mental health, kuchangia the topic that we're talking about today, our numbers are very open. 0721-105-105, sorry.
Yeah.
0721-105-105 on WhatsApp, 23814, our SMS code, which is absolutely free, MBCI TV Facebook page and MBCI TV official YouTube page. So for now, tupate some of the vox pops, and then we're coming right back to discuss that.
Kitu mzuri ni maombi, kuwa prayerful. Hiyo ndio kitu inaweza kusaidia katika maisha. Jo, kuna matatizo inaweza mshinda Mungu. Hiyo ndo kitu ya mami, hiyo ndo mimi huwa nafanya. Nikiwa na matatizo, muomba Mungu.
Kusema kweli, kama hii kazi yenye tunafanya ni ngumu sana ujipate umeshikwa nayo madhara, kwa sababu unapatana na watu tofauti na unajikeep busy tu, yani kwa siku unakuwa busy. Sasa hiyo mawazo iwezi kupata. Tuseme kitu ya kwanza, mimi nimeokoka. Sasa kwa Biblia naisoma kwa sana. Sasa zile mambo imekuwa ngumu, nasoma Biblia, inakuwa tu rahisi.
Huwa anafungia maneno na yani inakaa ndani yangu, huwa sioneshi hasira zangu. Sasa nikijam huwa naenda nakaa mahali peke yangu. Sasa unaenda unakaa kwa peke yangu, au unajifungia kwa room, ama unaenda kuwatch, ama unacheza football ukijam kama hiyo.
Mimi pangu tukikosana na mtu ama nini ya kuchunga shughuli yote, nakuja kwa mabeste ama nakuja tu kwa kazi yangu natulia, ndio maneno nisifanye shughuli mbaya.
For me, napenda movie sana, and movie huwa zina take mind yangu sana, so mimi kusahau na hiyo kitu, so just go kama video hivyo na watch movie, nasikia ama naenda na share hiyo kitu na mabeste wangu hapo, tunaongea na wao, wananiambia hivi, ama watu wakubwa wenye wamenizidi umri, wazee sana, napenda kuongea na wazee sana mimi, so wananiambia hivi na hivi, kunaendaga hivi.
All right, we are back.
Yes.
Na kuna yule mwenye amesema akiwa amejama anaenda na watch ball.
Ama anajifungia kwa bedroom surely.
Anakaa peke yake. Hebu tell us kidogo what he said about that. Kama una feel umejam, badala ya speak out, speak up, unataka nakaa tu peke yako. How dangerous is that?
Yeah, that's very dangerous by the way, because unaona ukienda isolate yourself. What does that mean? It's like utaenda kufikiria na nimekosewa namna gani. So hiyo anger inaendelea kubuild up inside you, pale utafute help. But somehow I can because of course not always you'll get help immediately. So somehow maybe I would advise him, take a walk. Reach out to a friend who you know is mature. Si mtu atakuongezea fuel. Kwambia amekuduia nini mzee, unamwachiliaje hapo. So look for somebody who you admire, especially like spiritual authorities. Me, I believe in the spiritual authorities sana. Yeah, I reach out to my pastor and tell him, ninapitia hii kitu, kuna kitu nimekosewa hapa hivi. So that's how I can help him.
Perfect. So usinyamaze tu. Usinyamaze tu. It's not healthy. All right?
Yeah. And let's talk about peer pressure. I know it's a thing imekuwa mentioned on so many occasions, and people mentioned so many times that talk like it's just another thing. But when it comes to the boy child, iko very, let me say iko very rampant. Alafu hiyo inakuanga ile mbaya. So how can the boy child stay away from that peer pressure? Juu ni ile mko gang mnachochana, twende tufanye hivyo, like you just go do it. So what can be done to make sure that your peer pressure among the boy child ime reduce kidogo?
By the way, ina affect maboy wengi, but there's a scripture inasemanga train up a child the way he should go, that even akiwa mzae atarudia tu hiyo njia ya God, hata kama anaweza jipata amefundishwa kidogo. So how we train up a child is very important. Because hiyo peer pressure ikikam, we kama mzae hauko hapo, you're not there to tell the child, hey, acha kwenda nao wase kwa hiyo club ama kwa hiyo story ya Dundai. Whatever you taught him akiwa mdogo, kama hivyo na walk na my son now, na ninamuonyesha church, tunasoma Bible, tuna pray pamoja kabla tukule, na mwambia hii kitu si poa, nikiona kwa TV maybe tukiwatch naona maybe kuna music imechezwa that is not good, or it doesn't have the gospel content, na mwambia tuna change channel. So hata akienda kwa mabeste wake akiwa mbigi, atakumbuka na dadi alinishow hii kitu sio fiti. So that's how it starts from akiwa mdogo. Peer pressure, it's hard to change it when they are already grown up, you know. And so that's why it's very important to work with your child when he is young or she is young, in both sides. Very important.
Okay, so bring up a child very well.
Yes.
Hata akigrow. Hata sahau.
In case hata anguke kwa hiyo story, bado atakumbuka tu na arudi. Yeye mwenyewe tu.
Itakuwa easier.
Itakuwa easier.
For him kurudi. Okay. And now, how does, when the mental health of a man is not really okay, at what point, as an outsider, or as a friend, as a sister, as a brother, how will I know that this man is now not okay? At what point, ndio sasa ninatakana ku come in, kusaidia?
Ukianza kuona aki-isolate, kama hiyo wanasema, unaona kama msee ameongea akasema mimi nikikasirika naenda kwa nyumba najifungia. You know, ama mwingine anaweza kuwatch movie. Men tumeumba hivyo, like kama kuna kitu hakitufurahishi, tunajiondoanga kwa hiyo msee ama kwa hiyo place. So ukianza kunotice your bro hataki story sana na hujamkosea by the way. Unaona tu akiingia kwa nyumba hataki story mingi, anaenda tu ameingia kwa bedroom. Ama akikaa hapo kwa sitting ako kwa simu. Ukijaribu kubonga hacheki, hana ile joy. Ukijaribu kufanya kitu hana energy, na baba nyinyi fanyeni tu. Mnataka kwenda shopping? Mimi mtaniacha kwa keja. Hapo kuna shida. Those are signs that you can tell this guy needs help. And when you are approaching him, don't approach him with a judgment kind of sasa unajifanya aje nini? Be friendly. Be friendly.
So you've said isolation.
Very important approach.
Perfecto. So you say the first sign ni mtu mwenye anaji-isolate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which other sign would you pick from someone who's now getting into a bad,
yes,
or unhealthy mental state?
Yes. Isolation is one. Number two, unaanza kunotice akona hasira kwa kila even small things. Anga inatoka tu. Kwani unde umechukua maji anakasirika mpaka unashindwa maji. Exactly. Sio hasira yako. So wewe kama uelewi utaanza kurudishiana and it's not about even you. Kuna kitu inamuaffect. And then hana joy. Hafurahishwi na chochote. Hata mkitaka kwenda out hataki kwenda. You know, yeye tu anakaa mse mpaka unashindwa ni nini mbaya. Actually you can even get to a place of asking him what's up, how open up. Hata ukimuuliza unamwambia nini nakusumbua, shughulika story yako. Ukianza kuona those kind of treat, usimjudge. Usianze, because most of the people, I don't know kwa nini generation mazi tunakwanga quick kujudge. Unasema sasa unajifanya unafikiri utaletewa chakula, you know. Don't. Show him friendly, create a good environment that itamsaidia. So those are some of the signs.
Perfect. Okay. And how can people in the society, how can parents, how can the general public come in when it comes to supporting the boy child? Ndio tuweze kumsaidia, especially mental state yake iweze kuwa sawa.
I think one of the things is nilikuwa nasema siji kwa nini I just feel that as God enables our organization to fike a place whereby we are empowered, especially financially, to a state where we have an office in Nakuru. Lakini kuna one of the office tunataka kuitenga ikuwe ya counseling, guidance and counseling, psychological counseling for free. In fact, for now, I did that course, but I didn't finish it all. Lakini ile nilifanya inanisaidia ku-counsel vijana wale wanakaa pale. So, and I don't charge any penny. Why? Because again, financially nowadays economy si poa. Ama vijana wengi ukimwambia kumuitisha dhao sijui session hata make. Ataenda tu kwa keja, watch porn. You know, he will run to things, ways of escape that are not healthy. And nakumbuka hata mimi from my personal life kuna vitu nilifanya even when I'm still married, kuna vitu nimefanya, even wife can attest to this, that were ways of escape that weren't good, out of pressure ya kitu ambayo ninapitia, nashindwa ni nani atanielewa, sioni msi anaweza ni understand. First of all, you are a Christian, maybe you are a leader like I am a leader, a youth minister. So ukisema kuna kitu inani affect hapa, unaona watu watakujudge like wewe unatufunzanga nini. So unaona there are ways of escape unatafuta sio fiti. So kwa na counseling session inaweza kuwa wase wajitolee tu, tukue like churches, ikuange na ofisi tu imetenga kando. Nasema hapa kijana yote ama mtu yote ako na shida ya mawazo ama unasikia unataka kuji-express kwa msee, hautajajua pale, utaenda uji-express. That's one of the way society na pia sisi as Christian fraternity tunaweza saidiana. Inaweza saidia sana.
support boy child.
Yes, support boy child.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah.
And Umakuki explained, and I was just thinking that it's very important for not only the society, for churches, everywhere, every institution to have that that group or just to create a platform where people can speak up, people can speak about their troubles, their problems. Isikwangeti, when people are happy, everyone is happy. But mtu akiwa na shida, you wouldn't get a place in you. You can just go and talk. And just talk and talk and talk. I love what Nani ndalisemanga, that a problem shared is a problem half solved. But when people have a place they can speak up, it means that already we solve half of what their problem is, and they know it's easier for them to maneuver.
It's true.
Yeah, it's easier for them to maneuver. Now, from your statistics, now that you've really worked with the young people, at what age do you think the men wanakuanga likely kujipata kwa unhealthy mental state? At what point in their life? Is it when they are youths, or when they get to now being men, ama wakiwa when they're now growing? At what point ndio inakuanga very easy for them kukuwa na unhealthy mental state, and what can be done?
I think for me, because I've dealt with the teenagers and the young adults, mimi naweza sema hapo hata wazazi wengi wanaweza attest to this. When a boy gets to that place ya teenage stage, anaanza kujiona, kujijua, mwili imedevelop, sauti imeongezeka hapo kibase, mwili inashona kiasi, so anaanza kufeel like natakuwa kwa napewa ka freedom, mimi si mtoi sasa, unaona? So kuna kuanga na challenge because you are still under the parents' care, na unataka freedom yako, na pia kuna kwingine kuna sheria kama mashule and everything. Sasa unaona wengine wana drop out. In fact, ukiingia kwa almost every street, hata hapa Nakuru, unaona kwa street maboy wengi ni teenage. Wako kwa hiyo level ya adolescence hapo hivyo. Why? Because walikosa kusikizana na wazae. Walifile mimi sitashidaga kwa nyumba, mimi sitashinda nikiambiwa nioshe nyumba, sijui nifanye nini, niangalie kuku. So anasikia anataka freedom, and then peer pressure inakam in. Anaona maboy wengine bogi yangu wanaendaga wanakunywa, hakuna mse wanauliza, because some of them they have that freedom. So hiyo state inakuanga noma sana. Most of the boys wanajipata kwa hiyo shida ya, it's like identity crisis. Unajaribu kujijua, nataka kudu hivi na kaziwa. So unapata wana corruption na wase wengi, and then mentally hayuko fiti. Anaanza drugs and stuff like that.
And I feel it's also important for us to talk about identity crisis, especially for the men as they're growing. Because I've realized from the few that I've interacted with, as they grow, kuna hiyo place inafika, they're really trying to know who they are, and trying to interact with everyone just to try and find themselves. And sometimes wanapotea kidogo. So I think it's very important for us to have that topic very soon.
And on that note, Pia, story of drugs and substance abuse, it is really, especially among the men. And there was a time I was looking at statistics zenye zilikuwa zinasema ukiangalia hadi in prisons we have more males than we have females. Ikikuja ni kwa drug abuse, we have more men abusing these drugs than we have females. And it really calls for us to do something to help the boy child.
Actually, it's what I'm talking about, the ways of escape. So men, because they don't talk much, unapata wanajiingiza kwa drugs. In fact, tukienda kwa club, utapata wanaume ni wengi sana. You know why? Because that's the place anafeel tu ako safe na kuji-express, akisikia hiyo music, ile stress alikuwa nayo kwa nyumba, hata anaweza sahau. But it's for a short while. That's not the way to solve it. Because they are not healthy. They are unhealthy ways of escape. So that's why that's why it's happening. That's why it's happening.
Okay, so what would you say is your parting shot when it comes to the boy child and their mental health, and how they can be helped, and how people can come together to help them, and also speak to the boy child who is watching this right now and needs to feel empowered using this camera right here?
Okay. So Bogi, wanaume wale wananisikiza hapo mazi, let's speak out. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be known, like ujulikane nini unapitia. Hautakuwa less of a man ukiji-express. I have gone through it as a man. I'm speaking to you as a man. Nimepitia mambo kama hiyo na some of the ways of escape I went through were not healthy. So ukipata mse unaweza trust, have a confident. Hata kama ni pasi, maybe mko close na yeye na unajua anaweza eka siri zako, endo open up kwake. Mwambie pasi mimi napitia kitu fulani. Hata kama ni bestie lakini somebody mature, somebody who is also godly. Usitafute mse ata fuel hiyo anga uko nayo. Ama ile issue unapitia anakuambia wacha na huyo mse or piga yeye ufanyia kitu kibaya. Always put God first. That's something imenisaidia sana kuweza kuishi kulingana na mapenzi ya Mungu. God has guided me na najua God atakuguide pia ukiendelea na life. Shika God. Shika God.
So speak out as a man, speak up if as men. So kama uko na any issue, it's okay to speak up. Just say it. Kuna mtu alisema it's okay not to be okay.
Yes,
as
okay
long as you don't work on it, as long as you don't stay that way. So it's okay not to be okay. This not only applies to ladies but to men as well. So kwa kila mtu, ukifika place yenye feel kama uko sawa, just accept it. That's uko sawa. Find someone you can talk to, as we've been told. Find someone you can talk to, a confident, a good person, not just anyone, a good person that you can talk to. Alafu sasa anza kutafuta vile kuwako neat. Usikae tu hapo.
And then you can also, as we finish up, you can share more about the programs that you have for the young people with the foundation, and maybe for any boy child out there who wants to reach out to you and maybe have that chat with you one-on-one. And we are hoping that guidance and counseling center that you're planning to set up will happen, because many people need that chance, that platform to get to talk, a safe space where they can share what they feel without feeling like they will be judged or they will be condemned because of the issues they're going through. So you can do that.
Yes, thank you so much. Set Apart Foundation is there for you to build you up spiritually and also to empower you holistically, even talent. Kama uko na talent, please locate us. Tuko hapa is Sigma Plaza. I think I can give them the location where we are in Nakuru. Na pia we have a WhatsApp number 0720 979 148. That's our ministry WhatsApp number where you can reach us out. Maybe itapeano baadaye. The main thing is we want to be there for the young people. We don't judge. We don't share what you tell us. We keep it, but we also take it to the Lord in prayer because we are a Christian organization. And so it is my prayer that even as you're saying, tunataka hiyo base ya kuona ya kwamba tutakuwa na center that will be counseling people, especially boy child, but also generally for free. Tushaanza hiyo process, but it requires funding. You know, I think such a thing, it requires a lot of financial support. So actually that's how we survive, through partners. So if somebody is out there and would like to support us and stand with us, you can always reach out to us and look for us. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you
for joining us for this discussion.
Thank you so much.
I know that we've empowered the men out there. And because this is the month ya kuemba as much as we can, please try. Hata wewe ukiwa hapo. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. We keep saying here that the best we can do is bring people, vile tumekuwa na this discussion leo, bring people, talk about things, pray together, but sasa tuwezi kuforce to take a step. We can't force you to take a step. So now that we've talked about it, it's up to you to take that step. If you're a sister, a mother, a wife out there with the son, the uncle, the brother, the husband, pia wewe take a step ya to make sure that you're taking care of their mental health. It's very important so that we can win together as a family, as siblings. That's very important. And also thank you for being present for this particular discussion. It was very important. We value your time. Thank you highly.
And we appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you
Okay. So that's it now on the topic on boy-child wellness. And I hope you have learned the most important things. Now we are going to get chic and style so that upande uko pia tujue nini tunafunza this week. This week we're talking about skincare. Skincare. It's something that watu wanafanyanga tu, especially the boy child, juu tunawaongelea. Especially boy child. Wanafanyanga
kidogo.
Skincare. ni sawa tu, bora tu niko. That's all that
some
matters.
ladies.
Kuna some ladies pia kwa hivyo.
Yeah.
Wanafanya mambo kibrathe. Anyway, so she can still going to learn you're going to learn a little something about skincare that you can employ in your everyday routine so that you can have healthy skin. So is it the largest organ of the body? Kila mahali. And if you want to know a healthy person, there was someone who told me this. If you want to know a healthy person, look at their skin. And if anything is wrong with your body, sometimes the skin inakupeanga warning, some signs. Natokea some pimple somewhere. If you're keen on mambo na skincare, najua umeingia online, umepata mahali unaambiwa ukitokea pimples hapa inamaanisha you're eating too much sugar, ukitokea sijui pimples wapi inamaanisha hivi on your face, like inatumika kukupea warning, like hapo hivi inakuwa alert, something is not right, you need to change your diet, you need to change this and this. Ukitokea hapo hivi kwa cheeks saa zingine ni pillowcase yako ni chafu, unafaa kuiosha ama ubadilishe. So yes, so this is important. Wacha tupate Chicken Style skincare, and then we'll be coming back to discuss it. Alafu baadaye tumalizie na hit the gym.
Okay.
Yes. Skincare products play.
Tuambie.
Okay, so this is what you do, guys. You wash your face with lukewarm water without any soap. Sawa? So ukiosha una dry. Na kudry mtu afanyagi hivi, you pat your face na the towel.
Okay.
Sawa sawa? Until until iko dry kabisa. And then you take tissue. Tissue sinakuanga na two parts. Like tissue unaweza split hivi. So uchukue a piece of tissue, then you split into two, and then you place it on your cheek. So you can hold it for about let's say 1 minute, ama 45 seconds to 1 minute, alafu toe uangalie. So if that sheet of tissue paper kama itakuwa na some oil patches, inamaanisha you have like many oil patches, inamaanisha you have an oily skin. Okay. Na ikikuwa na some little too amount of oil, that means you have normal skin. Na kama haina oil completely, that means you have a dry skin. Sawa?
Okay.
That means you have a dry skin. So that is how you can tell what type of skin you have. Zinakuanga tatu peke yake. You either have an oily skin, you have a dry skin, ama you have a normal skin. Then from there, sasa, you can figure out the best way to treat it. Juu venye mtu ako na oily skin, si hata treat uso yake the same way as a person who has dry skin. Dry skin means you need more moisture, okay? Because your face is dry. But for a person who has oily skin, you can't use too much oil
because it's already oily.
Yeah, it's already oily. Now to clog pores, and that might lead to things like pimples and acne. So you have to be careful when it comes to that.
And that applies also for men?
Yes, skincare is for everyone, even men. But now, tunajua, obviously, for men, it's not that sophisticated. Like women, sometimes we even have a towel for the face peke yake. You have all these things imejaa pale kwa closet. So it's different for the men. As in, for the men, they'll do the basic kind of it. Maybe ukwe tu na tuwezi kuambia utafute cleanser, nini, upake face mask. But what you can do, you can just do the basic. Make sure kuna moisturizer. After figuring out what type of skin you have, you can just maybe use a moisturizer or an oil on your face. And making sure that you wash your face. Actually, this is from what I know from the dermatologists I've interacted with. They advise most people not to wash their faces with soap.
I've also heard of that.
Yeah, don't wash your face with soap. So for the men, tunaweza tu watumie moisturizer, na watumie moisturizer, maybe an oil, na waoshe uso na lukewarm water, na watumie towel safi. Hivyo tu.
Amen. Point ya mwisho.
Sina ubaya na
important. Also, I have seen ile
nani hao?
There is, let me just explain the procedure. Alafu niambie. Alafu niambie if it works. Okay? It's usually used sana for opening up the pores, especially in spas for those people who are going for the facial treatment. But ya nyumbani, and I remember I've also done that, I think in high school. Mahali uneka maji kwa a basin, very hot water. put your face, the steam, and then cover with the towel for some minutes.
Steaming.
Yes, alafu natoa. So the steaming, basin. So is it advisable? Because after that, kuna mtu aliniambia pana, you don't do that. It opens up your pores, and it's not healthy for your pores to be very open, because now it means that
the more that can get in. So I think it's part of facial treatment. Juu ninaona ni kitu ina happening kwa spas. Mtu akienda kufanyiwa facial nini anafanyiwa steaming. It's the same. Hiyo yenye naikangwa,
it has the same effect.
It has the same
totally
effect.
Same effect.
It has the same effect. But sasa shida probably hiyo kufanya the kienyeji way. You use boiling hot water. Ile ukifanya makosa hivi kichwa yako ingie hivi ndani ya maji.
Ndio hivyo.
Umeharibu maneno. So I think with the way it's done in spas, wanakonga wame control the temperatures, the steam and all that. So it's not bad. It's a way of treating the skin. But sasa usifanye tena, usioverdo, usifanye on a regular. Because I remember we were with you when we had a dermatologist, na alikuwa anasema the skin has a way of treating itself. Like unaweza pata, unaona hizo vitu zote tume-explain, cleanser, toner, nini. Kuna mtu afanye hizo, lakini ukiangalia uso yake
iko sawa.
Iko too spotless. They eat right, they exercise, they drink enough water, and that's enough to get their skin looking good. But now for the one who wants to go the extra mile to make sure the skin looks poor, anaifanya, but sasa do it with limits. Isifike point whereby you even become dependent on this product such that usipopaka, una break out, unapata acne, unapata sijui nini. Like unakuwa dependent on that. Alafu they are not let me say they are a bit pricey. Kwanza if you're following the entire routine,
whole process.
They are a bit pricey. So that's why most people hata wana opt kutumia the kienyeji way of doing it. Kama ni kinyumbani, kama ni face mask, ati unaniambia ninunue face mask sheet 10 2K. Mi 2K natoa wapi? Naenda nyumbani na nunua avocado ya 10 bob yenye imefinyika vizuri, na nunua mayai ya sijui pesa ngapi, hivyo na mix nini napaka kwa uso, and it has almost the same effect. Like it's just a way to like pamper the skin.
But also before mixing hizo vitu zote, it's very important to make sure that whatever you're mixing, you're very sure that it won't react with your face. Because you might do that, thinking that you are working on your skin to make it beautiful. It's a skincare routine. Alafu by the time you're done, you realize that you now have patches on your skin. So make sure before you do anything, you're very, 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 very sure
what you're doing.
That the mixture haitafanya your skin react. But also drinking water.
Very important.
Drinking water is, if you ask me, I feel like it's the #1 skincare routine.
And eating cucumbers. Raw cucumbers. They have a lot of water content. So the more you eat...
Oh, really?
So ina hydrate the skin. Jiuliza mbona when people go to spas, wakifanywa hizo vitu, wanekangwa tu cucumber tu ile hapa kwa macho. And why is it cucumber and not any other thing? It has that hydrating effect. Hata ukislice cucumber wekele kwa mkono, utafeel kwa ubaridi. So cucumber nimeibia siri.
And veggies.
Veggies, water, a lot of water.
So eat healthy. Eat healthy. Maji tulembiwa 8 glasses.
Kwanza hata si 8, tulembiwa unachukua weight yako una divide by 30. That's the number of that's the number of liters of water that you're supposed to take.
Oh, really?
Your weight tulikuwa na wewe hapa. Kahugu.
Wacha diode.
You take your weight.
Ninauliza hapa na mwelekezi. But I take water. I do take water.
You need now to take those 8 glasses.
I do take a lot of water, especially nowadays. But let me see. Tumesema.
So you take your weight.
Perpetual Nyambura, please. But let me see. Let's calculate. We've said you take your weight. You
divide by 30. So that's the amount of
liters.
Liters of water that you're supposed to take in a day.
So not glasses, liters. Hata calculator yangu
imekata your story.
So you take your weight. Nyata niko how many kgs? I don't even remember the last time.
You take your weight, divide by 30.
Okay.
And then umeona umeningapi? Wacha nisiseme juu mtu anaweza
iko somewhere
mathematics.
Iko somewhere
close.
Iko somewhere.
So your weight, divide by 30, utajua how many liters you're supposed to take. But the standard need 2 liters of water. Lakini tena usikunywe in one sitting. You take in
pole pole.
Like unai split within the day. Nimeona sisi hata kuna apps zenye zina remind mtu ukunywa maji.
Like after every zinakukumbusha. There's a way you can set it. Inakumbusha. Drink water.
Absolutely.
Take water. Take water. So drink water. It's very, very, very important.
Absolutely.
So I have realized I'm not taking enough water. I actually thought I do take a lot of water.
No, you need to engage.
Tricky. Now, from today, I'll be taking a lot of water.
Yes. What is healthy?
Also, it's very important for you to drink hot water. Okay, not hot, warm water. Ukiamka.
Yeah, in the morning.
Before you take anything else in the morning, at least take 1 glass of warm water. It really, really helps. Alafu sasa itakuwa imekurudishia. So within the day, unakunywa maji hapa na pale. Hata utakuta umekunywa more than you wanted to.
Yeah.
Ukikunywa even portions. Ndio. So that has been it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've had an amazing, amazing discussion today.
Absolutely.
Talking about men's mental health. Alafu, of course, you've had the segment Chicken Style.
Yeah.
And you make an eye-opener to all of us. Yeah. So after this, we'll be getting?
After this, we'll be getting Hit the Gym. And this time, ni mimi na wewe tunafanya recap. Yeah, everything that we have learned kwa gym. Hata si recap, ni mimi nilikuwa nakukumbusha nini tumejifunza. But yeah, that is what we'll be having today. So it's a recap of the many workouts that we have learned in the gym. And remember we said you need to be stronger than your excuses. This journey is not easy. Hata ukiingia online upate wale watu wenye wamepitia this fitness journey, they can share with you that it was not an easy one. But it's one that in days to come, in months to come, you'll look back and you'll thank yourself for not giving up, being consistent, keep on pushing, keep on going towards your goal, and you're going to achieve those fitness goals. Because health is important.
It's very, very, very important.
Your health is your wealth.
Yeah, it is your wealth. It's true.
So take care of it.
Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. We value your time, Sana. So my name is Kahogo. I'll be meeting you tomorrow in the near Osha. Enjoy the rest of your viewing today. God bless you. God be with you. Now we're getting into the hits.
Hit the gym. Yes. And my name is Sylvia Wanja. I hope to see you guys next week, same place, same time. And also tomorrow from 8:30 p.m. all the way to 9, Nania Meet the HR. But for now, bye-bye. Welcome to Hit the Gym, and today it's a bit different. So I'm here with Sylvia Wanja, aka Sly. Yes. And actually, unajua tumekuwa kwa hii episode for quite some time now. Yeah. And we have one person mwenye amekuwa very consistent. Yeah. Amekuwa stronger than her excuses. Coffee. And the one and only. So now that I haven't been around for some time, I want Wanja to just bring me up to speed. Bring me up to speed. What you've been doing. What you've been doing, and also some of the workouts zenye zimekuwa zikikusaidia flight, and what are the importance of this? Of those workouts. So one thing I've learned throughout, it's very important before you work out. Any day you go to the gym, ama anytime you decide to do that home workout, start with stretches. Okay. Usipo stretch, utatoka ukitembea kama bata ya kuuma na muscles. So it's important to have that stretch so that it becomes easier for you to work out. And then each and every time you're working out, make sure you have proper form. Alafu una maintain a slow range of motion. Ndio your workout itarget the specific muscles. Ukifanya hii haraka, there's nothing you will do. You'll just get tired for nothing. Hautapata results. So kuna 4 main workouts zenye zili stand out kwangu. Tumezifanya na Faith a couple of times, and I think they are really beneficial when it comes to getting the blood pumping. When it comes to kupata results. Yes. So which is we'll start with the for me. So mine is 4 kgs. Yeah. Yours is? Mine is 10 kgs. Yes. Depending on how long umekaa, don't ego lift. Yes. So let's go. It touches muscles in the lower body, especially the glutes.
Okay.
Yes, and the quads.
Perfect.
Yes.
So that was your second favorite.
Workouts are never favorites, but like we find a way to make it work. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
This is that's tough love type of situation.
You have to.
You have to, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Then we can squeeze in a bit of cardio. We can do.
She decided to be very strong.
Yes.
Stronger than her excuses.
We can do jumping jacks.
Yeah.
How many reps? 12.
Like 12.
Yes. That one is good to get the blood pumping. Okay. So let's do the last workout. Yeah.
And the last one is?
The last workout is standing bicycle crunches.
Okay.
So you tunaitanga kuendesha baiskeli back in primary school, but now we're going to do it in a different way. Okay. So it's going to target our abs and our core.
Okay.
Okay? So this is how we do it. You bring your knee to meet your elbow.
Okay.
And then, yes. So we do...
How many reps?
We do
10?
12, 10.
Yeah.
Alternating each leg. Okay?
Also one and then one.
So that's one.
Okay.
Let's go. So guys, that marks the end of the workouts that I was teaching you to bring you up to speed. And all of them are really good.
Yeah.
As you can see, I am sweating. Zinagonga kwenye inafaa. So make sure, challenge yourself. Do these workouts, learn them. You can do them by your own. Figure out a number of reps that you're comfortable with, and then be consistent and smile always as you're working out.
And be stronger
than your
excuses.
excuses. Absolutely.
So this has been Hit the Gym.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next episode of Hit the Gym. Be stronger than your excuses and have an amazing rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Bye.